Today we are going to be working on creating an AOI boundary for well selection around injectors. To start with, we will create a new field plan and we will learn how to add wells to that field plan within Field Planner. We will also learn how to change the status of those wells to injector wells and how to save those injector wells to the database. Finally, we will learn how to create an area of interest encompassing the injector wells. So let's get started. I am going to switch to demonstration mode now. So please give me a moment here. Alright, so in order to start with the workflow, it is important that you have a .gmp map file opened within GeoAtlas. Why is it important to have a .gmp map file open within GeoAtlas? It's because later in the workflow, we are going to launch the Field Planner application. And the Field Planner application will not launch until you have a saved map file opened within GeoAtlas window. Once you have that, you also need to make sure that you have at least one ISO map layer and a well-based layer opened within that map file. Once you're sure of that, please go ahead and click on the Launch Field Planner icon in GeoAtlas. So as the Field Planner launches, you can see that it is a blank window right now. So we are going to go ahead and create a new field plan by clicking on this blue icon right here and give it a unique name. So you will see that as your new field plan loads into the Field Planner window, a list of available well paths becomes visible within the available paths box. So you can do a couple of things here. Either you can go ahead and create a new path, or you can choose from the list of available paths over here. And that's what I am going to do for this particular workflow. So once you choose or select your well path, you will see that a list of options becomes available on the right side of your Field Planner window. You have lots of options over here, from path properties to target surfaces and everything in between. So let's talk about the slot location first. You can interactively choose the slot location by clicking over here, and this will direct you to GeoAtlas, and over there you can interactively choose a slot location. Or you can override that and enter the coordinates manually and choose a slot location like that. And that's what we are going to do in this particular workflow. We are just going to go ahead and add the coordinates or XYZ locations manually. Now, if you look at the slot configuration box over here, you have a couple of options over here. You can change the number of slots that you'd like to be there for the paths. You can also, if available, you can choose a DEM layer. Now entering the last Y location, and after that, if you wish, although as soon as you enter your last Y location, you'll see that your spacing is calculated automatically, but if you are unhappy with that and if you want to change that, that is totally customizable as well, so you can change that too. Now, coming down to the lateral box, you can add or skip any of those parameters as you like. You can add well spacing according to your better understanding of the area or your preference, honestly. or you can also add the kickoff depth or heel to toe. And finally, coming to the target surface box over here, you can add any surface of your interest over here. So I am going to choose the target surface as the LS subbase layer, which is also the layer that is a part of my base map. So once you're happy with the changes you've made, click on the Update Pad button and click yes if you are prompted with the do you want to continue using the plotted location option. So what this is going to do is this is going to create a new field plan layer for GeoAtlas. Okay, and as your field plan layer is created, let's go back to see if there are any changes that have been made in the field planner module. And as you see, there are some wells that have been added to the paths and field plan box. So now these are just the wells, and we still need to do a couple of things here. First thing, we need to add injector wells for these wells. So to add the injector wells, choose the well, right-click on the well, and select Add Injector Well. So you can give these XYZ offsets according to your better understanding and your preference, and click OK. So you can see that even on the GeoAtlas layer, the highlighted well was the injector well that has just been added. Going back to the field planner application, right-click on the well, on the newly added injector well, and click Edit. Here we are going to change the status of that well to an injector well, and click OK. Now your well status has been changed. The last thing that we want to do is, now this well has been added to your field plan, right? But we need to add this well to the database as well. So in order to add this well to the database, again, right-click on the well and click Save to Database. And a yellow icon will appear next to the well to show that the well has been saved to the database. You can repeat these steps for all of the other wells within your field plan. So right-click on the well, click Add Injector Well, give it XYZ offsets if needed, and click OK. You can see that your well has highlighted. Going back to Field Planner again, right-click on the well, Edit, go to Injector. We've changed the status of the well, and the final option, final thing that we are going to do is to save that well to the database. And you can repeat again all of the steps for the rest of the wells within your field plan. Now, to see if these wells have really been added to the database, you can confirm this within Wellbase. So going to Wellbase, and as you open Wellbase, you will see this dialog box appear which says one or more wells have been added, updated, or deleted by Field Planner, which is true. So click Yes, and your Wellbase window updates. Now to view the newly added wells, go to Grid View in the View tab, and you will see a list of all the wells that you have. So you can scroll down. You can scroll down to see the newly added wells, injector wells. So you can select both of these wells and click on View Wells in GeoAtlas. Now what this is going to do is, this is going to highlight your injector wells within GeoAtlas. So if we go back to GeoAtlas, you can see that you have your injector wells highlighted within GeoAtlas. These two other wells are the wells that we have left out, and so you can go ahead and if we go ahead and do the same with them, they will be highlighted in yellow too. So now what we are interested in doing is creating an area of interest around these injector wells so that we can have we will have a particular area for these wells, for these injector wells. And if we want to, let's say if you want to carry out any calculations that are specific to this particular area, so you won't have to carry out the calculations for the rest of the ISO map. So what you are going to do is, in the GeoAtlas window, go to AOI and click Create and select Rectangular AOI or non-rectangular AOI. It depends on your preference. I am going to choose the rectangular AOI. It depends, of course, on your preference and the type of area that you have, of course. So choosing the area for which I want to create an area of interest and give it a name. And click OK. So here you have your area of interest created. You can also, if you want to maybe crop it or zoom in a little bit, or let's say choose a bigger area, you can go back to area of interest, go to redefine, and you can redefine your area of interest as you like as well. For now, this looks good for me. Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this webinar.